Everybody, do the monkey with me. Come on. Welcome back to Weekday 1. Oh!
Check it out, guys. Look what I won. He's all put together now. Isn't he cool?
You won the link from yesterday's game.
Yeah. Game of Doctors.
Yes.
Yeah, the Game of the Doctors.
Game of the Doctors.
So...
Not Game of Thrones. Good show.
What if they put all the doctors in the Hunger Games and had them all fight each other? I mean, I know they're the same guy, but say they weren't.
Who would win, you say? Oh, that's a good question.
Would it just be, like, fun to watch?
I would probably... it would be very fun. But it'd be fun to watch because they'd kill the one, and then the one would immediately regenerate into another, so it would just...
No, that's not how it works.
No, that's how it works.
No, that's not how it works in this Hunger Games setup.
Okay.
Yeah. They die, they're dead.
You know, I don't know. Who do you think would win in Hunger Games between all 12 doctors? Actually, we'll go all 15 doctors that we named yesterday.
Also, who would win in a Hunger Games all the links?
Oh, well, it could be Kid Link from Majora's Mask.
You just say that because Game Theory said he was the strongest.
Watch that Game Theory and you'll know.
I'm just saying, my guy Wind Waker Link, he's cute, he's savvy. I think he's got him. He can actually speak.
Watch the Game Theory, man.
Alright, whatever.
Just saying.
Well, if he's got his masks, probably, but I don't think he's got his mask. I think they all get the same equipment.
No, this was without his masks. He said he was the strongest.
Okay, well, what are we talking about today?
Today...
It's not Zelda's. It's not Link. It's not Zelda's.
It's not the Zeldas.
This is not a Zelda. This is a Link.
That's a Link.
My fault.
A link to the past.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking... What are we... Oh, our favorite, cartoons that we watched when we were kids that are not anime. Because anime aren't cartoons. Why are you messing with it?
Because it just got way cooler.
It did.
Ah, he's falling off! Come on.
Close enough.
Go lower, Yoshi!
So... Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I did not mean for that to come out. I apologize.
I hope you like that kind of thing, Internet.
So...
Leave your best burp in a video response
What was
below.
your favorite cartoon when you were a kid? I mean, I know it's still your favorite now. I bet I can guess, but I'm not going to. I guess too much.
My favorite cartoon when I was a child? That's a really tough one. That really is hard. I gotta think for a second. I mean, when I was a kid, it might have been... Well, no, I thought Dragon Ball was a cartoon, but we won't count that because I wasn't anime. I thought it was a cartoon. It was definitely my favorite, but if we're going cartoon only, does Code Lyoko count?
It can, I guess.
Code Lyoko, but if we're not counting Code Lyoko, then it's Codename Kids Next Door.
Really? Not
Yeah.
SpongeBob?
Well, here's the thing that you probably don't know. I didn't grow up on Nickelodeon.
I grew up on whatever, man.
No, I literally didn't even know Nickelodeon existed until I went to your house and saw it. And I was like, what's
Really?
this other cartoon channel? And you were like, Nick? And I was like, what? And I went home and found it. And that's when I found... Then I fell in love with SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents. But, like, in my youth, before I learned about all that, it was definitely Kids Next Door.
Wow. I didn't know that. I liked Kid Next Door. I fell off of that one.
I'm pretty sure I've seen every episode.
I fell off. Did it end really good?
I was a kid. I don't remember.
Man,
I remember a lot of good things happening. Like,
I remember when I was a kid. I'm sure now I would like it, but I remember when it got really heavy into like the adults trying that whole conspiracy thing that the adults were doing, and like teenagers were bad guys.
which is so epic. That's why
It really is. But when I
it.
was a kid, it was like way over my head, I guess, and I was just like, man, why can't they just fight the common cold?
Oh, come on. I thought that stuff was awesome, but when they went to freaking space and when they showed, like, the organization is, like, massive and it's not just these kids, like, that's when I really got into it.
Yeah. My one problem with Kids Next Door is I didn't like how the main characters, 1 through 5, they were the quote, like, worst team. Mm-hmm. And everyone, like, hated them, whereas before it was like, these guys are amazing.
Well, 1 was always pretty good.
1 and 5 were the best ones. But we're not here to talk about Kids Next Door.
5? Really?
Number 5? Her and number 1 were the ones that went on to be like the really
I
elite.
bet that's true, I guess.
Yeah, her number 1 and number 5. And it's number, not number. Number. Gotta remember that.
Don't try and school me. You didn't even like it as much as me.
I liked it a lot when I was a kid. I'd love to go back and rewatch the later stuff.
So what do you got?
Let's see. Well, just to get this out of the way, you know this, but they don't. I have a special spot in my heart for Invader Zim. Because, for many reasons...
I missed the Invader Zim thing. Like,
it came out the exact same time as Fairly Odd Parents.
I don't know how I missed it.
But
I heard everybody talking about it, and I was like,
it's a great cartoon. Not only is it a great cartoon that I love, and it's really dark humor for a kid's show, but my uncle worked on it. I had an uncle that worked at Nickelodeon when I was a kid. Yeah, you knew. I've told this many times. But yeah, my uncle worked, and I got to go and meet the creator at Nickelodeon Studios when I was a kid. It was
Twist! I'm his uncle.
Not really. But no, so that's why, but...
we Shyamalan that.
I even in a biography... Shyamalan. In 5th grade, we had to write like a 2-page biography of ourselves, and I found it recently, like a year ago, and I was reading it, and I remember at the time being like, this is so long, and it's like a page and a half. And it put on there, it was like, my name is Dakota. I like this thing. I have 2 dogs. And then, like, it was like my favorite cartoon, and I quoted, was Fairly Odd Parents. I loved Fairly Odd Parents.
I'm pretty sure the first time I saw Fairly Odd Parents was because of you. I think we were at your dad's house, and I saw it on TV.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what it was.
I loved me some Fairly Odd Parents. It was a very funny show.
That's another one that would get deep sometimes, though.
It did, yeah. I like that.
With the movies, especially.
Yeah, with Abracatastrophe. I had that on DVD.
With the movies, we get really deep. I think, is that show still running?
A little bit here and there. Tara Strong, who does Timmy Turner's voice, she is still recording. I follow her on Vine, and she, like, always is in the recording studio.
I'll tell you what, though. Freaking Timmy, who was the girl he liked?
What was her name? Trixie Tang.
Trixie's the one he liked?
Trixie Tang. Tootie was the one that liked him.
Yeah. I always thought for a cartoon that Trixie was fine.
Trixie be fine.
I mean, I know she's a cartoon,
and she's
but I
10.
was like, well, I was 10 at the time.
Well, yeah. When I was
younger.
10, Trixie was 4.
And I was like, Trixie, hey, how you doing?
Hey, girl.
I wish I was
How you
Timmy.
doing?
Why doesn't Timmy just, like... There's loopholes around these, like, can't wish for love thing. There's totally loopholes around this.
But he's 10.
But Timmy's 10 and he doesn't.
And every time he tries to find a loophole, it bites him in the ass.
Yeah. I rewatched it recently, and I'll see things happen, like, he'll make a wish and it'll make something go bad, and he's still got the fairies there, but yet he figures out how to do it himself instead of just wishing that it was back to how it was before.
Well, that's what he always does. He always goes, I unwish this wish. That's usually how he just does it.
But he never does it right away.
It's because
he normally goes through... Well, I know it's a cartoon, there's got to be a story. It's just like, Timmy, come on. How many times have you done this?
So, another one I liked, enough about Nickelodeon, I really, really, really loved...
Really?
I loved Dexter's Lab.
Oh my god, yes!
Diddy, what are you doing in my laboratory?
Dude, I forgot about... That was... When I first started getting into cartoons, that and Powerpuff Girls was my jam. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Like, way before Kids Next Door.
I'm not ashamed to admit that I love Powerpuff Girls.
No, you shouldn't be. Powerpuff Girls...
I'll still watch that and be like, check this out.
Dude, I loved Powerpuff Girls. I remember when Powerpuff Girls was gonna come on TV, and my dad was like, I have to leave for like an hour, and I was a kid. Like, he probably shouldn't have done this, but he left me at home alone because I begged, and I said, I want to watch Powerpuff Girls. You don't take me. I don't want to go. And I stayed home alone for like an hour. I was really young and just watched Powerpuff Girls.
I remember the first time my mom left me home alone, she had to run to the store, which was right down the street. And
did you cry?
No. I did what every sane kid would do. I jumped on my bed. Which happens in an episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yes! Dude, that show got
was
me.
The show, dude.
Oh, I forgot about that show, dude. That might take it over Kids Next Door, actually.
Foster's was a good
That's at least
show.
tied for me with Kids Next Door. I forgot about Foster's. Isn't that on Netflix?
Yeah, but it's only like the beginning movie, which is the best.
I wonder if it's on Hulu.
It might be.
I want to watch that.
What else we got? You weren't so much into Disney Channel so much, but I was.
Not at all. I know nothing.
I liked a lot of cartoons, but there's a few Disney Channel cartoons I liked. I loved Kim Possible. That show was great. Not so much you can talk about. A show I remember, this is one of my, possibly my favorite cartoon of all time. It was a show, every day I'd get off the bus at my grandma's work. You know where it is. Mm-hmm. And I'd go in. She didn't have cable on the TV. It was like those bunny rabbit ears for the youngins when you had to like point them like X and Y.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you're young.
You're too young. But I hate to be that guy.
But we're turning into those guys.
We're turning into the when my day
we had the bunny ears.
We had the but.
And then my dad comes in, well, we had 3 channels.
And then his dad comes in and he's like, when I was young, a penny cost a nickel.
You stole that.
I did. That's my favorite line of all time. But, I was a really big fan of Recess. Loved that cartoon. It was a cartoon.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of Recess? Oh, you'd like that show. You would have loved that show, especially.
That was a Disney Channel one?
No, that was ABC. That was an ABC.
Oh, that's another reason I didn't know
on
it.
Saturday morning. Proud Family. That was a good one.
Hey guys, normally right now we'd be starting the question block, but we have no questions. Leave questions below. Because of that, we're just going to continue with some more cartoons. I just wanted to interject and let you know that we need questions.
I'm having fun with this episode.
Oh yeah, so I want to get some out before I forget them.
Go.
Somehow we've not talked about SpongeBob. SpongeBob.
What can you say about SpongeBob that has not already been said?
SpongeBob is amazing. I think that personally, I truly think it is one of the cartoons from our childhood, one of the few that still holds up today as an adult.
Well, I'm not so much into the newer episodes.
I'm into all of them, but I'm saying like, if you go back and you watch the first season of Fairly Odd Parents and you watch the first season of SpongeBob, I think the first season of SpongeBob will make you laugh more than.
Oh, I can agree with that.
It's got adult humor in it out the butthole that you don't even get when you're a kid.
The episode when he's just playing with the piece of paper.
Yeah, but two more that I want to say really fast.
Okay.
Are if we go way back, there was Tom and Jerry.
Well, okay, then we got like Scooby Doo.
That's the other thing I was gonna say. Scooby Doo. I've got to mention Scooby Doo because
you can't. I was apparently obsessed with Scooby Doo when I was a kid. I don't remember it. But everybody else does.
Remember it. I was for sure obsessed with Scooby-Doo. I mean, all the time. And they had an ending theme song for Scooby-Doo for some reason. At least one of the series did.
It was Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, which is the best one.
Yeah. And I would get it confused with the opening theme song. And so sometimes I would turn on the TV, see the ending theme song coming on, and I'd be like, yes!
And then it ends.
And then it's not.
Scooby-Doo was the first cartoon where, when it aired, I figured out at one point, I was like, I have seen every freaking episode of Scooby-Doo.
Now, let me ask you, because, yes, I loved
Pup Named Scooby-Doo.
Pup Named Scooby-Doo, that's what I was going to ask you about.
Pup Named Scooby-Doo was good.
I've
then they had the Tom and Jerry Kids.
Too. Tom and Jerry Kids.
You never saw that? It was like Tom and Jerry when they were like babies.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it was really funny.
I know about, like, what was it called? The Looney Tunes that were kids.
Oh, Baby Looney Tunes?
That's what Baby
That
Looney
was a good
Tunes?
cartoon.
I liked it as a kid. I don't know if I'd like it anymore.
Man, I'd watch that every morning before I went to school.
Yeah, I did too.
It
was on.
How
we went
have
to the
we
same
gone
school,
this whole episode without talking about these two shows? Johnny Bravo.
You introed with this show.
And Ed, Edd n Eddy. How have we not talked about Ed, Edd n Eddy?
This is bringing me back. Ed, Edd n Eddy is a show I haven't watched it in a long time.
Talk about a show that holds up.
That's what I was gonna say. I bet it holds up.
No, it's on Netflix, and and I still go back and rewatch them. Like it holds up like to the maximum. It is a good freaking cartoon. Dude, the first like maybe 5 or 6 episodes, not so much, because the animation was a little lower quality, and the jokes were a little stale. And the voice acting wasn't great.
I remember loving Ed, Edd n Eddy. I couldn't get enough of that.
Remember we watched that final movie here at your house that one time?
I feel like I do remember that, but I don't.
It was right there in your kitchen. And,
my kitchen?
Yeah, in your kitchen. When they were carrying him off, and they were like, friends are there to help you. When you stub your toe, when you hurt, you know. Friends are there to help you.
Oh, yeah. Is that pretty much it? Johnny Bravo, you mentioned.
Johnny Bravo. I remember my dad, when I was a kid, he would come in, see me watching it, and he'd go, oh, mama, and just sound just like Johnny Bravo. And I thought it was great.
You know what show I liked?
What?
I don't know if you ever watched this or not, but this was a little older. Totally Spies?
Oh, Totally Spies was good, but that was alongside, like, Ben 10.
Oh, my God,
The original Ben 10.
Oh, this is when we were a little bit older at this point.
Oh, I remember seeing the commercials for Ben 10 and being I was like, oh my god, he's got a watch that can turn him into anything, like any 10 creatures. And then when he got that new one, they started unlocking new creatures.
But what was that show? Do you ever remember the show? It was on like Toonami, maybe? You didn't really watch a lot of Toonami, but...
Not so much,
But it was like a giant mech with a car
Chicks
head.
like
Yeah.
fighting robots. I like...
What show? What was that?
Oh, what was that? Chris knows.
Guys,
talked about
in the
it.
comments, let us know.
That
what
was
that
a
show?
good cartoon.
Like, it was like a mech. He's got the car for the head. There's like a fat guy in
And
there, some big old fat
guy
dude.
and a little skinny dude.
Yeah.
And they're like, the chick's like, what have you done with my robot? And they squish her.
Yeah.
And they go, you mean our robot? And they just freaking steal this chick's robot.
What was that?
That was such a good cartoon.
You know, I would believe. I'm positive.
Megas XLR.
Is that what it's called?
I'm almost positive.
What? Mega what?
I think it was Megas XLR. You say what you're saying. I'll look it up.
But I would not be surprised at all. I'm positive that it isn't, but I could totally see that have been like an anime in Japan and it just getting like a really stupid dub because they didn't get the script translated right.
Yep, Megas XLR.
Oh man, yeah. God, I remember this show, dude.
That was a good freaking cartoon.
Well, we've been running on and on. What are some of your guys' favorite cartoons from when you were a child?
Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, Dave the Barbarian.
I don't know what any of that is. But I'm sure both of us have so much more we could talk about. But
I watched cartoons like it was my job when I was a kid.
And going back, I forget about a lot of these and like, yeah, good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you share this or share anything anywhere, make sure you hashtag WD1UP.
And stay nerdy.
Stay
nerdy.
Oh, dude, his hand fell off. Go! Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to watch yesterday's video, click right here in the center of the screen.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And read the description to find our other channels, plus our Twitch and more.
Nice, bro.
Just keep that in.